Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this three-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and Atlanta Braves. Atlanta has taken the first of the three games, and trying to sweep Pittsburgh out of Atlanta. Leading off for the Pirates, playing center field is Van Slyke. Batting second, playing second is Harrison. Batting third, playing left field is Dave Parker. Batting fourth, playing right field is Clemente. Batting fifth, playing first base is Stargell. Batting sixth, playing third base is Ramirez. Batting seventh, on the catching is Pena. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Alley. And batting ninth on the mound is VEALE. And for the hometown Atlanta Braves, you have leading off, playing left field, Carte. Batting second, playing short, Blauser. Batting third, playing third is Jones. Batting fourth, playing right field is Aaron. Batting fifth, playing center field is Murphy. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Lopez. Batting seventh and playing first base is Freeman. Batting eighth, playing second base is Albies. And on the mound and batting ninth is SMOLTZ. Let's get down here to the stadium, get this game started. And to lead it off for the Pirates is Andy Van Slyke, batting .286, a homer and 9 RBIs. This is John Smoltz's third appearance. He's 1-1 with a 5.84 ERA. Here's the pitch to Andy. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Smoltz strikes him out. We're out number one here in the top of the first. One up and one down for Josh Harrison. And Harrison batting .279, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that ball's well hit. Let's see where this one goes. And that ball is going to be driven into the gap in right field. Josh has got himself a 1-out double. And up to the plate now is Dave Parker. And Dave's off to a slow start. He's batting .163. He's got 3 homers, though, and 6 RBIs. Runner down at second and 1 out against John Smoltz here. And that'll be against the righty of 14. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 56 and a 4. Down the short, 56 and 8. That'll be fielding column 3. And that'll be out at first. The runner will get down the third. So the runner's now 90 feet away for Clemente. And Smoltz get out of this with nobody scoring. Clemente's batting .233, 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up. And the infield is 10, 14, 22. And that'll be fielding column 1. That'll be popped up down in the short. Blauser calls for it, makes the catch. And that's it for the Pirates. They strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Pittsburgh 0. Braves coming to bat. Alrighty, you got Rico due up here, followed by Blauser and Jones. And Carte batting .333 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. He's up with it, tosses it over to first, and there's one down. And now Blauser's up. He's batting 157 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15 and a 9. And that's going to be an infield hit by Blauser. And that'll be 1 on and 1 out. All right, now you got Jones up with a runner down at first. And Chipper, he's off to a slow start, batting 189, 4 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be Chipper up. And that'll be runner on first. That'll be a 19. And that's another hit. And there, no, that's not a hit. Nope, sorry about that. I looked at the wrong thing. That's going to be a fly ball out to Dave Parker for out number 2. Got that straight now. That brings up the hammer with 1 out and 1 on and a 0-0 game. Hank's batting 306 with 6 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now the Braves got the go-ahead run down at second. First and second, and Dale Murphy's up. Can the Murph deliver here? Put the Braves on the scoreboard. And Murph's batting 235. He's got 2 homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a 10. And that is going to be a single in the right field. Let's see here. With 2 outs, Blauser may be able to score here. 1-3. With 2 outs. That'll be a 66 minus a 40 plus a 9. Yeah, he'll score. The question is, will Aaron get down the third? That's the question. Yep, so it'll be first and third, and the Braves are up 1-0 as Murph delivers here in the bottom of the first. Nice job, and all those walks, they hurt you, folks. So now you got first and third for Lopez. It's supposed to be first and third, not 2 of them scoring. Undo that. Undo. So it's a single in the right field. And now you got Lopez up with first and third. 2 down, the Braves up 1-0. And Lopez is batting 304. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bob strikes him out, but the Braves get 1. Lead this game 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. You got Clemente. I'm sorry, you got Stargell, Ramirez, and Pena due up here. And Stargell is batting 263, no homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be driven down the first base line. That's a fair ball, and Dave Parker's got himself a leadoff double. See the Pirates' upcoming schedule here. They leave Atlanta and go back home to Pittsburgh to take on the Padres for 2 games, and then the Giants. Trying to get out of Atlanta here with at least 1 win. They're already down 1-0 though. Ramirez is up batting 167 with a homer and 7 RBIs. Runner in scoring position and nobody out. And that ball is blasted, folks. Where is this one going to go? And that ball is gone. Ramirez has just given the Pirates a 2-0 lead. So just like that, Smoltz gives up the lead. Still nobody out here. It's a 2-1 ball game. Antonio Pena's batting 229 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Smoltz comes back and strikes Pena out. And there's one down. Now you got Alley up. And Alley's batting 315 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that ball is well hit. See where this one goes, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap. We got a 1-out double now, and Alley's down in scoring position. And Bob comes up to the plate now with a 1-run lead and a runner in scoring position. He's going to try to bunt him down the third. Bob is 0 for 6 on the year. And that's a nice bunt. That is bunted. And they tried to get the runner at third. Why they tried that is beyond me. It didn't work. It did not work. So let's see here. Let's see. I haven't had this so much. Don't care for sacrifice and safe on a fielder's choice. So we got where was it bunted to? So we're going to say it's bunted down the first. And a fielder's choice safe. And now you got first and third, and only 1 out as Bob's on base on a fielder's choice. Let's see if the Braves can get out of this with nobody scoring here, folks. Already 2-0 with the 2-run homer. And Andy Van Slyke, they're going to play back for the double play. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. 23 and a 1. That's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be first on air. Runner scores other the second. Isn't that awful, folks? So an E7. And just like that, it's a 3-1 ball game. Nothing going right for the Braves here in the second inning. Now you got first and second, still 1 out. And Harris is up. And Josh, he doubled his first time up. That's going to be against a righty. 17. And that's going to be a pop-up out in the shallow center field. Murph comes charging in, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Here comes Dave Parker up now. Parker's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And Smoltz has got it, throws over to Freddie, but 3 runs come in, 1 unearned. And the Pirates lead this game 3-1. A 2-run shot by, who was it? Hit the homer. That was Ramirez hit the 2-run homer. So now you got Freeman Albies and SMOLTZ, the bottom third, due up here. Braves trailing by 2. Freddie batting 143 with 2 homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Harris at second. That'll be out number 1. And Ozzie comes up. He's struggling. He is 2 for 22, folks. One of those 2 hits is a homer and 2 RBIs, batting .091. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Ramirez comes up, drops it. That's an E5. And Ozzie's aboard here with a 1 out error. John SMOLTZ is up now. Can SMOLTZ bunt him over? Get him in the scoring position. SMOLTZ is 0 for 4 on the year. And that's going to be 2 strikes on him. So he misses the bunt attempt there. So here's the 0-2. They keep the bunt sign on. And he does a nice job. Oh, man. I just took a home run away from John SMOLTZ. Gets the bunt down right in front of the plate. It'll be right in front of the plate. He fires over to first. And that'll get the runner in scoring position. SMOLTZ just missed a homer, folks. And that brings up Rico. And Rico's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. A runner in scoring position. And that'll be a base on balls. So now the Braves got the tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. And Jeff Blauser first and second. Still 2 down. Blauser did single. Came around to score the only run of the game for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Jeff. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 15. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Ozzie's going to score easily. As that ball was hit deep in the gap. Andy's got to get over just to hold it to a single. And a 69. And Rico will get down the third with no throw. So that'll be a single in the center field. And now it's first and third. Still 2 outs, but the Braves cut the lead to 1 here. And you got Chipper Jones up now. And Jones is 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And that is the 3rd walk given up by VEALE. And that brings up Hammer and Hank Aaron. And Henry Aaron, he walked his first time up. Bases full of Braves everywhere you look. Rico at third, Jeff Blauser at second, Chipper Jones at first, and the Hammer at the plate. Here's the pitch to Hank. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 18. And that is going to be a fly ball out the deep center field. Andy Van Slyke's back there makes the catch. The Braves lead the bases loaded. They score 1, but what could have been? Cuts the lead to 3-2, though. We go to the top of the third. Got Clemente, Stargell, and Ramirez due up here. And Clemente's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to set left field. Rico calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Willie Stargell comes to the plate. He doubled and came around the score back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Murph comes charging in, makes a nice catch. Takes a base hit away from Willie. Little nubber off the end of the bat. Murph had to do some running there. Here comes the man, Ramirez, 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second. And that's going to be an E4 on Ozzie. He boots it. So now there's 1 on and 2 outs for Pena. And the Pirates are already leading this game 3-2. Tony's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. That's going to be a 16. That's going to be a pop-up. Down the third, Chipper calls for it, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Pirates strand 1. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still a 1-run lead for Pittsburgh. And the Murph's up. The Murph had an RBI single his first time up. See the Braves schedule here. After they get done playing the Pirates, they go on the road to take on Colorado out in Mile High for 4 games. And then they come back home. Arizona comes to town. And here's the pitch to Murph. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the center. Andy Van Slyke makes the catch. His counterpart, and there's 1 down. And Javi Lopez comes up. Lopez struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a rare play, 55 and a 36. And that's going to be hit down the short. Gene's down there today. And that's a nice play by Gene. Fires over to first. And there's quickly 2 down. And now you got Freddie Freeman up. Can Freddie keep this inning alive? Braves trailing by 1. It's 3-2. And Freddie 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Only Bob's second strikeout of the game. That'll do it for the Braves in the third. To the top of the fourth, we get a bottom part of the order due up here for Pittsburgh. Alley, Vale, and then back to Van Slyke. Gene doubled and came around the score back in the second. That's going to be a fly ball out to Murph. He's got the beat on it, makes the catch, and there's quickly 1 down. And Bob comes up. And Bob, he had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And he was safe on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a rare play, a 51 and a 36. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. That is only SMOLTZ's third strikeout of the game. Andy Van Slyke's 0 for 2. He has struck out, speaking of strikeouts, and reached on an error. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Hank. He makes the catch on 1, 2, 3, top of the fourth. And we got the bottom part of the order due here in the bottom of the fourth. Ozzie, SMOLTZ, and Rico. Ozzie 0 for 1. He did reach on an error and came around the score. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it, folks. It's a tie ball game. Kiss it goodbye. It's 3-3. Ozzie hits his second home of the year. Here comes John SMOLTZ. He got a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. Bob bounces back after the homer and gets the first out. And Rico comes up. He's 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 16. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Andy Van Slyke. Now there's 2 down and nobody on. And Jeff Blauser comes to the plate. Jeff's a perfect 2 for 2 with an RBI his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Bob strikes out Jeff, but not until Ozzie hits a homer and ties this game up. It's 3-3 as we go to the top of the fifth. And you got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Harrison, Parker, and Clemente. Josh 1 for 2, doubled in the game. That's going to be a base on balls. And that's John's first walk of the game. So now you got the go-ahead rundown at first. Dave Parker at the plate. And Parker's 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Jeff will get the lead runner. They throw over to first. But Parker beats the throw. So that'll be a force out. Now you got Parker down at first. And Clemente up. He's 0 for 2. He has popped up and flown out. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Jones calls for it. And that's 2 down. Parker still down at first with Willie Stargell up. And Pops is 1 for 2. Doubled and came around the score. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Stargell. And that's going to be against the righty a 13. And that's going to be a nice play down at third by Jones. He's got it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. Still tied up at 3 apiece. And speaking of Jones, he'll lead it off here for the Braves, followed by Aaron and Murphy. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Chipper 0 for 1 today. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gene. And now there's 1 down. And here comes Hank Aaron up. And Hank's 0 for 1. He's walked and flown out. And that's going to be another base on balls. Bob wants nothing to do with Hammer and Hank. That brings up the Murph. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Down the third, rather. And they'll get Aaron, but Murphy beats the relay throw. So now Murph's down at first. And there's 2 outs. And Lopez is up. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. And against the righty, a lefty, that'll be an 18. And that'll be a ground ball back to the mound. Bob's got it. He tosses it over to first. And the Braves strand 1. It's still 3-3. To the top of the 6th we go, with Ramirez due up here, followed by Pena and Alley. Ramirez 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Reached his other time up on an error. That's a fly ball out to Rico for out number 1. Antonio Pena comes to the plate, 0 for 2 today. Not anymore, because he tags this one, folks. Where's this one going to go? That ball is driven in the right field. Aaron gets over there quickly. Pena's speedy. He's got a hold hat first with a 1-out single. Now Gene Alley's up. Braves would like it to turn 2 here. Get out of this inning with nobody scoring. Alley's 1 for 2, doubled and came around to score in the game. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 18. And that is a nice play down there at second by Ozzie. And they'll get Pena out at second. Unable to turn 2. Now there's 2 down and Bob's up. And Bob's 0 for 1 today. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be back to the mound. And that's going to be a single up the middle. And Gene's going to get down the third. And we tell you, we don't need no stinking DH. First and third, 2 outs. Go ahead, run 90 feet away. And Andy Van Slyke's up 0 for 3 today. He did reach on an error back in the second. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And this time Rico makes a... No, he doesn't make the play. That's going to drop in for a hit. And Alley's going to score. And Bob's down at second. Rico couldn't get to it, folks. And it is now a 4-3 game. And Josh Harrison's up there, nickel and diamond John here with 2 outs, first and second. Josh is 1 for 2. He's walked and doubled in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball. Hank calls for it, makes the catch. That'll end the inning. but the Pirates score one on the Van Slyke single. Makes this a 4-3 game as we go to the bottom of the sixth. You got Freeman, Ozzie, and Smoltz, the bottom third, due up here. And Freddie 0 for 2 struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. He tosses it over to first. And there's one down. Now Ozzie's up 1 for 2 with a homer his last time up. And that's going to be another ground ball back to Bob. 2 ground balls to the pitcher, 2 outs. And since there's 2 outs and nobody on, Smoltz is going to bat for himself. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dave Parker. And that'll do it. We go to the top of the 7th. Pirates 4, Braves 3. And talking about Parker, he'll lead it off here. And the top of the 7th, you can see the team comparisons. Pittsburgh's 8-7. They've scored 66 runs, 10 homers, 4 stolen bases. The Braves are 9-5, 70 runs, 26 homers, 2 stolen bases, and then 1 caught. Parker 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Smoltz strikes out the Cobra for out number 1. It's only Smoltz's 4th strikeout of the game. Clemente's up 0 for 3. He has popped out twice and flown out to left. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Aaron. Quickly 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And up now is Willie. Tell him Willie Stargell sent you. He's 1 for 3. Doubled and came around to score back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a base on balls. Smoltz walks him. Now they got a runner on at first. And here comes the man that hit a 2-run homer back in the 2nd. Give the Pirates the lead. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 count. And that ball is hit hard. And that ball is hit far. That ball is hit in the right field, down the line. And let's see, can Stargell score with 2 outs? He is slow as molasses. Aaron's out there. 26. Who's up after Pena? They're going to send him a 26. See what that'll be. A 52 or lower. 56 or lower. And he's in there safely. That's an RBI double. And Ramirez down at 2nd. And now it's a 2-run game. And the Pirates trying to add more. You got Tony Pena up. He's 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 16. That is going to be a single in the right field. Let's see if Ramirez can score here. Smoltzy's getting dinged up here. Let's see, that'll be a 5. That'll be a 56. And he'll score with no throw. That's an RBI single for Tony. And just like that, it's a 6-3 game. Pirates keep adding to this lead. Gene Alley's up. Gene's 1 for 3. He doubled and came around to score twice. And that's going to end it. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Gene out. But the Pirates score 2, make it a 6-3 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. They'll give Bob 1 base runner. See who they're going to get up here. Watson will be getting up in the bullpen. They could need somebody this inning. Got the top of the order due up. Rico, Blauser, and Jones. Carte 0 for 2. He did walk in the game. Here's the pitch to Rico. And that's going to be against the lefty. Be a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to Andy Van Slyke. 1 down here in the 7th. Blauser comes to the plate. Jeff's 2 for 3 with an RBI and came around to score. He did strike out his last time up, though, but not this time. That ball is hit hard. Where's that one going to go, folks? And that is going to be hit out in the left field down the third baseline, and Blauser's got himself a 1-out double. Bring up Mr. Chipper Jones now with a runner in scoring position. Do we take Bob's due to lead off? We'll give him one more batter here. One more base runner anyway. Chipper's 0 for 2. He has walked, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to be it for Bob. Let's see here if they do a double switch. That's not going to be Watson coming up because you got all these righties coming up. They're going to let Gene in the game. So what they're going to do here, I think, is have Bob Face come in, get through this 7th inning. Then they'll pitch hit for him, and Tekulve will try to get a 2-inning save out of this. So Bob comes out. Bob Face will come in with the righties coming up. This is Bob's 7th appearance, 1-0 with a 6 ERA. 1 down, a runner in scoring position for Hank Aaron. Aaron's 0 for 1, but he has walked twice. Here's the pitch to Hank, and that's going to be a ground ball, 63 and a 4. Should be fielding column 3, I would think. And it is. And that'll get the runner. That'll be a ground ball hit down the third. The runner will get down the third. Excuse me, but now there's 2 outs, and the Murph is up. And are they going to pitch hit here for the Murph? That is the question. And they're going to let the Murph in there, I believe. Yeah, they're going to let the Murph bat. See if he can drive him in. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. See if the Murphy can do something here. And that's going to be 23. 23 and a 9. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Murph out. The Braves strand 2. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 6-3 ball game, folks. Let's see who's going to come in. Got a pitch hitter for Roy. Do we bring in Rocker? Let's see who all's on the bench. They're going to bring in Garber. They got a bunch of righties on the bench. So Garber's going to come in the game. Or do we just let him pitch? I don't know. I think we take SMOLTZ out. He had a rough 7th inning. That's for sure. He had a rough 7th inning. Let's see. We do up 4th in the bottom of the 8th. They're going to let SMOLTZ pitch. They'll let him pitch. See, Face is coming out of the game. And Josh Bell will come off the bench. SMOLTZ lets anybody get on. Then they'll bring in Gene. So Bell is struggling. He is 0 for 9 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And I think Ozzy's going to boot this one again, folks. Yes, he does. That's going to be an E4 on Ozzy. His second error of the game. The Braves' third of the game. Now another insurance runs down at first. Andy Van Slyke keeps 1 for 4. He had an RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. SMOLTZ strikes him out. A big strike out there. And now Harrison's up. Can the Braves get a ground ball and get out of this? Harrison's 1 for 3. He's walked and doubled in the game. And that's going to be another ground ball down the second. Let's see, a 53 and a 9. That's still going to be filling column 1, and that's a damn nice play by Ozzy this time. He dives, knocks the ball down, and he plays over to first, but he gets an out. So now there's 2 outs. Parker's up, and I think they're going to intentionally walk Parker. I don't know. He's 0 for 4. They're going to pitch to him. SMOLTZ's got him. He struck him out the last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Pop up in the foul territory. Freddie goes over and makes the catch near the dugout. And Bell gets stranded. And Tekulve's going to come into the game here and try to get a 2-inning save out of this. So in comes Kent Tekulve. And he'll be facing Lopez, Freeman, and Ozzy here in the 8th. And Lopez batting .269. He's 0 for 3 today, though. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gene. He's up with it. Fires over to first. 1 down. And Freddie Freeman comes to the plate. And Freddie, he is 0 for 3 today. Grounded out twice and struck out. Not anymore because that ball is high. How far is it going to go is the question. That ball was hammered, and that ball is going. Kiss it goodbye. Freddie Freeman has just made this a 6-4 ball game. Here comes another Braves that's hit a homer today. Ozzy's 1 for 3 with a homer back in the 4th. Here's the pitch from Tekulve, and he comes back and strikes Ozzy out. So now there's 2 down. And 1 in. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for SMOLTZ. Gene Garber will come in the game. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here. It might be Ralph. They need a base runner. I don't think you bring up Evans yet. So Ralph Garr is going to come off the bench. See if he can get on. The Braves need a base runner. They're down by 2. And Ralph's batting .447 on the year. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a lifted out the left field. Parker waits for it, makes the catch. And that'll do it. But the homer by Freddie makes it a 6-4 game as we go to the top of the 9th, and Gene Garber coming out of the bullpen. pitch for the Braves. He'll be facing the 4, 5, and 6 batters. And this is Gene's 4th appearance and no record with a 6.75 ERA. See the team comparisons. Pirates 8-7, 245 average, 288 on base, 388 slugging, and a 677 OPS. As Aaron Reed joins us here today. And you can see the Braves 9-5, batting 230, 291. On base, slugging 340, and an OPS of 631. Sorry about that. Got a message here from my buddy Troy. Alrighty, now Clemente's up. Like I say, Gene's on the mound. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Now, what the Braves wanted here. They got one of those runs back. Don't want to give it right back up. And that brings up Willie Stargell now. Runner down at first, nobody out. Stargell 1 for 3. He's walked, he's doubled, and scored twice. He walked and came around the scores last time up. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? That is the question. Kiss it goodbye. Willie Stargell has just busted this game open. Good night, Irene. Folks, the way to bed now. It's 8-4. There's still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Gene has just screwed the pooch. Ramirez, he's 2 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 3 RBIs. And Gene settles down and gets his first out, strikes out at Ramirez. They're giving up the 2-run homer. And now Tony Pena's up. And Tony, I think that was Willie's first homer of the year. Let's look. Yep, that was Willie's first homer of the year. Excuse me for a minute. Alrighty, now you got Tony up, 1 out, and an 8-4 ball game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Gene. He throws over to first. Now there's 2 outs. And Gene Alley comes to the plate. And Gene's 1 for 4 with a double, and he scored twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzie, and that'll end it. But the 2-run homer by Stargell makes it an 8-4 ball game. We got the top of the order due up here in the bottom of the 9th. Braves trailing by 4. Alrighty, sorry about that, folks. Like I say, Troy Carter's messaging me. So you got Rico, Blauser, and Jones due up here against DeCalvey. Now he's got a 4-run lead to play with. And Rico is 0 for 3. He did walk in the game. The Braves need base runners. Need 3 of them. That's going to be a swing and a miss to Colby. Strikes out Rico for out number 1. And Mr. Blauser's up. Jeff's having a nice game. He's 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Came around to score. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 23 and a 9. And that is going to be a ground ball back to DeCalvey. Got both sidearm guys in. I just realized that. 2 of my favorite pitchers, Garber and DeCalvey, in the game. And that's back to Kent. He fires over the first, and now there's 2 down. And Chipper Jones, the last hope for the Braves. They're down to the last out. He's 0 for 2. He has walked twice. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 31. And that is going to be hit down the first, down to Willie. 54 and a 3. Probably be fielding column 1. Yep, column 3. He might have just screwed the pooch there. First and second on the air. So Chipper gets down the second on the air by Stargell. So that's an E3. And now you got a runner in scoring position. Braves need 3 more. Hank's up now. He's 0 for 2. He has walked twice. Can Hank keep this game going? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Easy play for Josh. He takes his time, fires over the first, and that's your ball game. So the Pirates finally get a win here in Atlanta. And the box score. And the Pirates 8 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. The Braves 4 runs, 6 hits and 3 errors. As Ken joins us here. And Willie Stargell, Ramirez, and Tony Pena. All 3 of them had 2 hits. Stargell 2 for 4. Ramirez 2 for 5 and Pena 2 for 5. The Pirates were 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Excuse me a second here. It's Troy's texting me. And Stargell and Ramirez both had homers in this game. And the Pirates left 9 men on base. Jeff Blauser, like I was saying, had a great game. It's only 1 for the Braves with a multiple hit game. He was 3 for 5. Braves were 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Freddie Freeman and Ozzie both had homers. The Braves also left 9 men on base. Bob gets the win. He goes to 3-1, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 5, struck out 3, and gave up a homer. And Face comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, gets a strikeout. DeCalvey comes in, gets his 5th save of the year. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 2, and gave up a homer. John SMOLTZ goes to 1-2. He gives up 9 hits in 8 innings, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 2, struck out 6, and gave up a homer. And Gene comes in and gets blown up in the 9th. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, a strikeout, and a homer. Take a look here at the standings on leaderboard for the National League. And the Braves with the loss are 2 games up on the Mets. The Phillies and Nats are 3 games. And the Marlins are 4 games back. And out in the Central, the Brewers are a game and a half up on the Cubs, Cardinals, and with the win, the Pirates are also a game and a half back tied for second. The Reds are 2 games back, and the Astros are 3.5. And out west, you got the Giants 2.5 games up on LA. Arizona, San Diego are 3 games back, and the Colorado Rockies 4.5 games back. Ralph Garr still leading the National League with a 436, trying to ruin Sammy Sosa's bid for a triple crown. Sammy is tied with homers with 10, along with Barry Bonds. Sammy's got 19 RBIs to start this season. And Cal Hendricks leading the National League with a .6 ERA. And now Bob Vale joins Caldwell and Marichal with 3 wins. And DeCalvey takes over the saves lead. He's got 5 saves now, Kent does. Sammy Sosa still leading in the MVP voting. And Juan Marichal still leading in the Cy Young. The next game on this channel is going to be an American League game. Let's see what game it'll be here. Let's see what game it'll be. And looks like it's going to be Seattle taking on the Indians. Let's see how many game series this will be. 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-game series. And let's see what the pitching matchup looks like. Game number 1. Walker going up against Louis Tion. So that's what'll be next on the channel. I want to thank Ken Castro and Aaron Reed for joining us here today. Check out Aaron's great channel, folks. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. On your way out, hit that like button. It helps out. And it doesn't cost a dime to do any of those things. Till next time, you all take care and have a great day.